Hey everybody, Mike here. So just wanted to go over a couple quick things as Hagibis is approaching, right? A couple essential items and maybe a little less non-essential items, but we are human nonetheless. So number one, whenever these giant storms come, oftentimes when people get displaced, there's good and the bad that come out. So one of the bad things that we see all the time is that people are selling bottles of water for like $20. Well, that's crap. So, the best way to avoid that situation is not counting on your fellow neighbor to do the right thing, but to do the right thing yourself, right? So, go to the store, buy yourself some liquids, whether it be tea, water, whatever it is, and then you should be just fine, right? Now, of course, buy some food and things of that nature as well. Now, one of the other things that I think might be a good point is to buy a cooler if you don't have one and fill it with ice ahead of time. That way, if your fridge goes out, you can put the food in there, or you can just pre-put food in there for the storm. Another important thing that you could use is, believe it or not, a whistle. If you're lost or you're trying to get someone's attention and you just don't, for whatever reason, you lost your voice, you gotta whistle, right? Now, it might not be the strongest thing in the world, but it will work if it needs to, right? And then attached to my whistle, I often like to put an LED light because you can always find things with it if you have to. One more source of light. And speaking on light, obviously the most obvious, you should have flashlights. Big, small, all sorts of flashlights, and obviously have them multiple places. Don't just count on one. And why not bring extra batteries as well? Now, why not have some fun while you're dealing with lights? So, this is around Halloween time, so there's a lot of cool chem lights out there, and, chem lights are a good source of light that don't require any batteries and last a few hours, so it could, potentially be useful. So I went ahead and got some of these. Now, if you can see it here, right, it's just like looks like a moon wand chem light kind of thing, but it lasts 4 to 6 hours, and why not? You have a couple of those. Now we got survivability, kind of all taken care of. There's a couple other things that you should do, as a human that, to get you through the storm. So there's a couple different approaches that you can take. You can be passive and just ride it out and enjoy the storm, and hopefully your house is okay, right? And if that's the case, you see all those memes all the time. Can you live out in a cabin for a month with no internet and all that? Well, now you can. So you just gotta look back in time and see what people used to do. So have it, I guess you could say entertainment the old-fashioned way. So we get these magazines, right? So take a magazine. I suggest you don't go through it all at once. Slowly take your time through it. Make sure it's thick, has lots of content, and that way you can kind of go through it and just enjoy yourself thoroughly, right? So that's one. And of course, if you play board games or whatever else that you might want to do. Now, I am one of those people who like to take a proactive approach to the storm, right? I don't want to just sit there idly by. Maybe I'll enjoy the magazine for a little bit, but that gets old after a while, right? You can only beat a dead horse for so long. So, what you're gonna do is then fight the storm back. Why not? You got the power to do so. Why not? And the way you can do that, here's a secret to the world that the Japanese have had for many millennia, right? And that is Teru Teru Bozu. So, the Teru Teru Bozu will help fight back the storm. I've been out there all morning fighting the storm with the Teru Teru Bozu as it is. I've been throwing them out there into the wind. And, it turns out, after watching the news, that the storm might actually avoid Tokyo for the most part. So, in order to make sure that, the storm really does avoid Tokyo, or, it creates less damage, I'm going to take one last super Teru Teru Bozu out there, and we're going to fight it back. Alright, so let's see what we can do. Okay, everybody, so it looks like we've made it. We're all geared up, got our protective, eye pro, we got our helmet, we got everything, and of course, our number one fighting force back, Teru Teru Bozu. So, we're about to go into the eye of the storm now and take out the storm ourselves. Hai, 行こう。東京を助けるぜ。
Stay
And just like that, Teru Teru Bozu has saved Tokyo once again. And we'll continue to watch overnight to make sure that everything is just alright.